You were so laughably misled on all of this that I'm pretty sure that all of your alternate timeline selves felt the burn. What even is this? What the fuck does this even mean? Kaz will lose in 2 years. My idol will die? What the fuck does that even mean, Lone Myth? You're still making these videos. You have lost all credibility. Okay, well, you know, Kaz bless and have a wonderful New Year's. Oh, may Jesus bless your soul. Forgot to mention, in 2 years, Kaz will be destroyed. The only one that will be destroyed is your false idol. Are you still coming into my comments after like 7 videos I made trying to insist that I said that like Kaz is above religion or that I am making my own religion, even though I posted the scans and full snapshots and video recordings of the entire conversation? Every time you guys do this, all it does is make it more embarrassing for you. The rage baiting and shit coming from your side is laughable at this point. That's probably why most of you stopped saying stuff, because most of you realized really quick that you were lied to by a certain somebody and a certain other group who used you as cannon fodder and didn't give a shit how you looked to anybody else. You look like morons every time you guys come to say this bullshit. Okay, so we have to talk about the lying ongoing with DC Comics scalers and how they misled you for years and years and years. And here's just an example of this other guy saying, so far I said Perpetua fighting the Darkest was drawn that way to help everybody trying to live their own lives understand the story. Can you stop lying? And I post pictures and scans from 3 different comic book series showing that Perpetua wasn't even real and was made by Darkseid as a story. And all of these events of the Metal Wars took place inside a literal period at the end of a sentence that Darkseid wrote. None of you have read Secret Files 6. None of you have read Justice League Odyssey. None of you read Justice League versus the Legion of Superheroes. You were lied to by all of your favorite content creators who talked about this stuff or just didn't cover it. Now, I'm not saying everybody. Again, I have to preface that I'm not talking about everybody. I'm only talking about the bad ones. So 3 series have confirmed that Perpetua and the Darkest Night were more fake than the promises of a scammer who scammed kids out of money donations to buy more jewelry. Justice League Odyssey. Darkseid reveals that he manifested Perpetua using creation mythologies and a hypertime technology piece. In Justice League vs. the Legion of Superheroes, Vandal reveals that he created the Great Darkness timeline, which includes the entire Perpetua and Hans arc. In Secret Files 6, it's revealed that Darkseid was outside of the comic panels that contained the creation that Psycho Pirate was living inside of, which includes the Perpetua creation, showcasing that even the hands were written by Darkseid. 3 different comic book series explain this. 3! It's never been done before in DC history. A fact has never been pushed as much as this one before in all of DC history. The comics, plus marketing saying it, plus the authors saying that the greater Omniverse was just the lost Crisis on Infinite Earths multiverse floating out in bleed space, plus 2 other guidebooks saying it. It's never been done in the history of comics. One fact pushed this hard onto fans has never happened, and still the debating community shuts their eyes and revises reality harder than the Beyonder ever dreamed he could ever warp reality. It's really an emotional sickness and illness to deny reality that much around you, then go argue these things online with people and try to discredit them instead of just admitting you were wrong about something. You'd rather endorse death threats and bomb threats towards me and my family and then keep up this low-tier lie that I made Kaz religions when thousands of people watched the other videos of me screen recording the discussions and proving I never said that or did that. It's really sad that this is all they have to offer in response. To claim they won, I'm just yapping. The entire other side is yapping so hard that the facts stopped mattering. Usually, when someone debunks a lot of others, they get praise, but in my case, I was attacked horrifically by fragile egos who still come to my channel saying this bullshit that I created a Kaz religion and that he's my idol. I mean, seriously, I can't believe this is still going on. Get out of here with this Perpetua and Darkest Night is outer bullshit. Stop it already. 3 different comic series explain this. I'm sorry you were lied to. I'm sorry you decided to be a scaler and discussionist without reading the actual content. But in Secret File 6, they essentially take you by the hand, lay you up against a brick wall, and proceed to smack you in the face by saying Darkseid stuck everyone into a creation that he quite literally wrote. This wasn't a joke when I said this. I've covered this in so many previous talks and videos that it's kind of wild that anyone can possibly come here and say otherwise. Just listen. Darkseid got together with Vandal Savage and made a false creation and stuck everyone into it. That creation was the Perpetua Metal series. Darkseid says that Psychopirate from the same place exists in a cosmology that is only a few months old, and outside of it, entirely outside of the domain of the hands and the source, was Darkseid. What is confusing here? It's just fan bias so powerful on the subject of Perpetua that they couldn't let that go, to the point of the entire Metal series being a test and trial run for Darkseid to figure out the best elements of his own creation. Then, when it was over, he would make his own masterpiece creation, which ended up being the Absolute Universe, which took the best elements of the Perpetua multiverse and the Dark multiverse and put them all into one pot. You need to get over it, just like Dragon Ball fans need to get over that Goku isn't beyond universe tier. If Whis is worried that a galaxy explosion in the Moro arc will kill Vegeta, Goku, and Moro. Reading the content and being a good relayer of this data is supposed to be rewarded with lots of views and subs, not death threats. When you get an author interview, you should be praised, not severely censored. In my case, all my interviews don't even exist on some other forums, and if they did, they would break the nonsense views that a lot of terrible scalers try to push on others. The sad reality is that pushing things works, and getting a lot of others on board with false, fraudulent information is very easy. Just look at this guy. After I made 7 videos here saying that I never said Kaz was a real religion, and that I never worshipped him in a real cult, and then I have 30 other threads named the cult of other people and other characters in fiction. It's supposed to be a joke. It's not a real thing. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. And this is extra funny because this person specifically is the person I clipped video from to show that Elder Kai said that Beerus and Goku's shockwaves in their fight get stronger over time and distance and will also kill Goku and Beerus too eventually. This person is responsible for posting a video that I used clips from that showed thousands of people the real truth of this manga and anime. How it was said that Goku's and Beerus' power limits are less than universe tier. And this person insists on pushing falsified information that led to death threats against me anyway. This is scaling in the current era, and it's just a really sad thing. It's all about cultism, making a little clique of your own and sucking the life out of these amazing DC and anime stories that we all love. You ruined this shit for thousands of people around the world, making Goku something he isn't, making Perpetua something she wasn't, hyping the Darkest Night like he was something extra special, and doing anything you can to make sure your audience don't see these 3 series plus 2 guidebooks plus author statements that said the entire thing was a plot point that Darkseid literally wrote. And I mean literally. He literally wrote Darkseid is, and inside of the period at the end of the sentence was the entire Perpetua creation contained within it, complete with its own overvoid and comic panels, which Darkseid existed above, including its own overvoid. And outside and above that was Darkseid sitting there the entire time. Do you have any idea how many DC scalers lied to you about all of this? Do you have any idea how many Dragon Ball scalers lied to you about this? The number is huge, absolutely astronomical, and that's why I exist, to fight them. But generally, I fight them alone. But my channel is growing, and they hate it. They fear it. The more you support me, the more you share my videos and like and comment in a positive way, the more they hate it. Trust me, they hate me so much for showing the truth that they send people to attack me in the comments based on lies and fragile egoism. This is how upset They are. Do you see anyone from my community sending them terrible threats or comments on their pages, or anyone from my Discord flooding theirs with hate? No, not a single one. Weird, because my community is 1,000 times better than theirs. Mine isn't fragile, and mine doesn't need to attack anyone or stalk anyone into their own Discord to push pure vile hate and bullshit rhetoric. So help me fight them by sharing and liking my videos and showing them that you're upset with them for lying to you for years and never covering these panels or series issues, for misleading others and causing drama between channels and scalers for no reason other than because they can't let others see they were wrong.